Hi Cancer, here is a general look at your solar chart for June 2014, and this is the time of the year when the sun is in the sign before yours, and so for you this is a good time to tuck yourself away a little bit more and look after yourself a bit more, to go in for nurturing, restful pursuits, meditation, be more introspective on things. And actually there might be good cause for you to scrutinize maybe your reactions at times this month because of the position of Mars at the root of your chart, and that's to do with family issues, and they're very good at pushing our buttons. But also it's not simply about pushing our buttons. It just might mean that you're extra busy on the home patch, or to do with family members or a family member. And it can also be for some of you like a neighborhood or a community, like a wider community, so that can be over the wires as well. It can be a little bit like that. But this is in general that the sun's position until the 21st it allows you really to sort of roll up in a ball if you want to, or find a way of escape as often as you can. I mean, it's still quite a busy time because we are still undergoing the tail end of this very lengthy grand cross configuration in the sky, which was stacking up over March and then came in full blast over April and was still around in May, but kind of separating out a little bit, and then Mars going forwards from the 19th of May, and now we're into June, so that means that Mars is now rolling forwards, and it's simply going to be Mars, Uranus and Pluto in the equation. I say simply, that's an understatement, but so for you, where the sun is until, for the first 3 weeks anyway, that would be a good idea. And because others are likely to be wanting to lean on you a bit more, and you're likely to be the one that's just got to put yourself out a little bit more for others, and maybe in some cases resist the temptation to overreact or take things too personally, okay? Now, until the 17th, Mercury is in your sign, putting you very much in the stream of socializing, meeting, greeting, information exchange, paperwork maybe for some of you, and just accelerating mental processes, and actually can feel a bit scattered. So once again, you know, this is a time when you need to, on purpose, deliberately make sure that there are those calm little backwaters that you can escape to, whether that's, you know, within a building or whether that's outside, and or any other kind of dwelling place. And there can be so much going on and coming at you at times that you need to just, you know, slink off somewhere until well, that would be the advice anyway. You need to do, you know, you need to do your thing until the 24th. Venus does warm up friendships, new and old, so actually, you know, you're going to feel supported by friends. You're going to feel that you can just chew the fat with your friends and compare notes, and just be very much feeling that they are giving you their maybe, you know, well-meant advice, and also they also could need your well-meant heartfelt advice. But also Venus is lighting up an area which is to do with anything to do with the internet, and this is generally helpful, it's generally positive. So pooling forces and resources with others can be interesting, mutually supportive, you know, sharing information, and you gathering little nuggets of information, but generally it facilitates positive experiences. So that is actually most of the month with Venus there. Mercury is in fact retrograding from the end of the first week. So Mercury is in your sign but turns around in your sign from the end of the first week and retrogrades back into Gemini and comes into Gemini, the sign before yours, on the 17th of the month. And that then throws you more into that introspective modality and maybe wondering about things. Maybe this hasn't happened yet. Maybe it's not going to happen quite in the way I'd imagined, or just certain things will be up in the air. You can be at 6s and 7s, or maybe you are getting like signs and omens, you know, it can be like that. But as a matter of fact, with signs and omens, which are not to be ignored, I would say. However, they need to be backed up by some kind of evidence, or in fact just repeated. So with Mercury here, you'll be more open to that auric, etheric field of energy and information stream. You'll also be more open to your subconscious material, your imagination, and there can be flights of fantasy that go off, or fancy that go off in all over, the dance around in many directions. So if you can be solidly certain about something, then trust, have faith, hold that vision, and then you can work very strongly from behind the scenes here with bringing that vision into reality. Excuse me. And then from the 24th, Venus does go into the same background area, and you'll tend to feel, I think probably you'll tend to keep your feelings to yourself. You could be pondering relationships, connections like that, and feeling a bit uncertain, mulling over the past, maybe some of you, and others needing your help. Again, that feeling of, okay, I'm here as the bridge, I'm here as the supporter, but you're also deliberately making space for yourself and going in for nurturing activities as much as you can, because pretty soon the sun and then the other planets are going to be coming into your sign, so you want to be in shape for that. And in fact, from the 21st, the sun does enter your sign. That's a powerful time for you. That's the beginning of a powerful time for you. Good time to be taking stock, because somehow or other the universe gives you the space to do that. Have a bit of a review, have a recap, and go, you know, be more self-centered, because this energy is about you and does hold a power to do with your birth energy, the energies of your birthday and the degree the sun was at. So just take more time out to look after yourself there, maybe in a more visible kind of a way than just sort of tucking yourself away behind the scenes, although we still have Venus and Mercury in a very behind the scenes area with you, maybe feeling in closer touch with nature, or with nature spirits, or the imagination, or your deeper feelings, you see, over something. But then slowly the Venus and Mercury will be coming into your sign, but that will be into the next month. That will be July, and also that will be the time when Jupiter moves out of your sign, because of course you have almost completed your year of expansion into new areas with Jupiter coming into your sign last July, and taking you off into many new directions, and you having to sort of filter out which is the main direction you want to follow, or maybe just a couple, and really feeling as though your life is taking off in a different kind of a way. It would have meant quite a learning curve, and still is. It's still in your sign. It will be most strongly affecting you Cancerians born in the first or second decade, the end of the first and at the beginning of the second decade of Cancer, or with 14 to 21 degrees rising. But definitely this has been and still is your time to think bigger. Don't sweat the small stuff, you know, just sketch out the great big master plan now, because when Jupiter moves out of your sign in late July, then you can kind of, you know, put in the finer points and think about more about the details, okay, on the material level of things. Yes, the Sun comes into your sign, and Saturn's in a very positive angle to your Sun sign. It means ultimate success if you take charge of things which ultimately can be creative, fun, inspiring, empowering, and just make you, you know, brings out all within you that you prize the most when you're experiencing it. It could be to do with children, it could be to do with animals, it could be to do with anything or anybody in your care. It can be a business, you know, it can be anything. But some of you will choose a number of things over this time, because it's a very long transit. It started in October 2012 and will go on until just about the end of this year. And so you need to pay focused, consistent, nurturing attention to all creative projects, investments, speculative things, competitive things, but also things to do with the arts, leisure, entertainment, anything like that. And I've already mentioned the affairs of children, animals. Saturn is about building structures. So, but she likes to throw a spanner in the works. In fact, more than one, just to make sure that you are persevering and devoted whilst you're building these structures. So she tends to slow you down. She tends to make you think twice about something maybe, but you need to just keep plugging away at it. Or if the same thing goes wrong or is regularly tiring you out and is just beginning not to feel quite right, then you need to just switch onto another tack a little bit. You know, you're not meant to be making a martyr out of yourself, but yes, very much leisure or creative projects, speculative type projects, anything to do with building something up. So it can be a business, it can be anything at all. And along the way, you're going to feel held back, you're going to feel frustrated and limited, but that's to test you, that's to make you stronger, that's to give you the opportunity to find another way around, and you will get there in the end, but you will need care and perseverance. And you Cancerians born near the beginning of the last decade, or actually towards the end of the second decade and the beginning of the last decade, was 17 to 21 degrees rising. You're going to feel that energy the most this month. And Mars is in a major transit of the root of your chart, maybe at times meaning that you're a lot busier than usual in and around HQ, or it might be simply to do with family members or extended family, community, and physical effort may be needed because of a property, because of a space. And you could be interested in looking at property, or it could be just like a DIY situation, or it could be like, you know, doing the garden or doing the pots on the windowsill or whatever it is. Likely to be more hustle and bustle around you. So it might be something going on in the neighborhood as well, or with neighbors. It can be a little bit like that too. And you could be feeling a little bit tense every now and again, particularly over this time where we've still got the tail end of the Mars, Uranus, Pluto aspect going on, and you've got to struggle with somebody else's behavior, or just their total conviction that they are right, which just doesn't sit well with you, or at least that's the way you're seeing it. Maybe it isn't in reality that way, but you know, sometimes really, I wonder whether we ever do see anything truly as it actually is. You'll have to decide on who is in the driving seat, but make sure that you aren't throwing caution to the wind. Yes, maybe there's a power struggle of some kind going on there, but depending on the situation and the underlying natal chart energies, life could suddenly take off in a different direction. So watch that space. Skeletons may start rattling in the closet, and you have to square up to perhaps that old knee-jerk reaction which I've spoken about before. And this is a great time for you to get active in Mother Nature, with Mother Nature, or, you know, in the natural world. Okay, this is a great time to put your energies into something which connects you there, but also which connects you with history, tradition, lineage, ancestry, and parenting in general, which is kind of your thing, Cancer, whether that's to do with offspring or some amazing empire you're building. And you Cancerians born in the end of the first and the beginning of the second decanate, or with 8 to 12 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most this month. And that's it for June, if you know your rising sign. Or your moon sign, which is very important for you, then listen to the forecast for that. And also you can see all this written up on my website. It's all there if you want to check on something. And I'll see you the next time.